to Learning English with Oxford. In this video, we're going to look at the language of discussions and meetings. Let's just get straight into watching a very informal discussion in the workplace.
Oh, Nigel, before you go, I'm asking everybody about the staff party this year. What do you think? Shall I book a restaurant? Is that a good idea? I think we should do something different this year. We always go to a restaurant. I know, but a restaurant's easy. Everybody can go after work. You're right. That's true. Okay, I agree. Okay, great. I'll book it.
So that was a simple discussion, wasn't it? One side introduced the topic and asked for an opinion. The other person disagreed and then kind of agreed until they reached an agreement and everybody was happy. Now let's watch that in a more formal meeting and we'll see the same stages, but the language is slightly different.
So thank you both for coming. I call this meeting to discuss the new proposals for flexible working hours. Particularly this issue, we've got the suggestion that staff can work 2 days in the office and 3 days from home. Now, overall, I agree with the proposals. I think they're a good idea. I think staff will like it. It gives flexibility to people. But what do you both think?
So the person leading the meeting, he introduces the subject, which in this case is talking about flexible working hours. And then he finishes by asking everybody for their opinion. Let's see what happens next.
Oh, I completely agree with the plan. It's a great idea. My team will love it. I think it's a great idea to have 2 days in the office and work 3 days from home. It makes sense. And what's your opinion? I'm sorry, I disagree. It might work in your department, but it won't work in mine.
So one person in the meeting really likes the proposal. But the leader, the team leader, the leader of the meeting, has to check with the other people in the meeting. So he asks for another opinion and that person disagrees. So we've got this meeting going on where there's agreement and disagreement. So in the final part, we have to see how they reach a final agreement.
How about if we make it the decision of the manager in each department? What do you think? Do you agree? I see your point. It won't work for some departments, but overall it's a good idea. Then I can agree. Great. I think we've covered everything.
So in order to reach a final agreement, one person has to make a suggestion and the team leader manages that discussion and the other person kind of agrees. They say, I see your point, until finally they reach agreement. So what about the language for discussions and meetings? Well, if it's a formal meeting, you might say, we need to discuss, and then say what the topic of the meeting is. If you're leading the meeting or you're introducing the subject, you want to ask for everybody's opinion. So you can say, what's your opinion? What do you think? Do you agree?
Do you agree? What do you think? And what's your opinion? Is that a good idea? But what do you both think?
You can give your opinion by saying things like, I think, in my opinion. And you might also agree. So you can just say, I agree. I completely agree. That's a great idea.
Oh, I completely agree with the plan. You're right. It's a great idea. That's true. It makes sense. Okay, I agree.
On the other hand, you might disagree. So you can say, I don't agree. I can't agree. I completely disagree.
I'm sorry, I disagree. I think we should do something different this year. We always go to a restaurant. It might work in your department, but it won't work in mine.
And then other people need to slowly start to agree. So they might use phrases like, I see your point. That's a good idea, actually.
How about if we make it the decision of the manager in each department? What do you think? I see your point. It won't work for some departments, but overall it's a good idea. Then I can agree. Great. I think we've covered everything.
So you might be part of an informal discussion, or you might be part of a formal meeting. Either way, it's important to state your position and ask for other people's opinions, to agree, to disagree, but always to try and reach an agreement through making suggestions.
Great. I think we've covered everything.
Tell us below about the kinds of discussions and meetings that you have to do in your workplace.